Welcome back, Rockers. You've tuned into the season finale of Indie Rockers Ball.
I can't believe we've made it to the final episode of Season 8.
I know, Season 8 really flew by, but don't worry, Rockers. We still have an awesome show planned for you today.
That's right, Ian. Plus, we have a very special guest here for his very first time on IRB.
I can't wait. Make sure to stay tuned, Rockers. This is an episode you won't want to miss. Hey Rockers, welcome to a special segment here on IRB. We're doing a senior send-off for Nick Dark. He's our executive producer and he does music lessons for us. I'm here with Jet Baumgartner. He is taking over music lessons for us next season and beyond, hopefully.
That's right.
But we're gonna ask Nick some questions about his time here at IRB. So Nick, how's it feel to finally have your career completed here?
I mean, it feels pretty good, like getting out of here finally. But I mean, like, I don't know, it's kind of bittersweet, I guess.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. My bad.
It's okay. I don't know, man. What's your experience been like throughout this whole thing? I know you've been here for a while and you've been a producer for a long time. What's your kind of thoughts? Like, how have you gained experience over these years?
It's just like, I mean, basically like doing everything. Like, I don't want to say like it's all self-taught, but like, not everybody like has the same experiences or like learns things the same way. So it's just like a lot of like for myself, like figuring out how things work and then like getting just the practice of doing that. So yeah, this is my third full year with the show. So.
Absolutely, yeah. Good for you, man.
Going off of that, what was your favorite memory here at IRB? Like
favorite memory? I don't know if I necessarily have like a favorite memory, but there's like each year there's like it's always been like different people each year, so it's like never the same dynamic, but like probably like one of my favorite ones was like the first year I was on here, like the Halloween special we did, like everybody like the whole episode everybody was just in costumes. That was pretty fun. But then like yeah, I don't know, it was just the crew like I've gotten to work with like the past 2 years. They've been really good and like I've really enjoyed like having like the different people like come on, like perform music and stuff and just working with all the different people.
Actually, with you saying that, what was one of your favorite acts to bring on? Like, yeah, I bet so many people have come through the door.
Yeah, just like even being here for 3 years, like we've had so many different people. But no, I've worked with the Placeholders twice. They were both really, both times they were on here, they were both really good. The Bleepy things that we had on recently, that was probably one of my favorites. And like the second time, like we had like a full band like that, like it was just like loud and like that rock and roll sound was really fun.
Yeah, man, it's always nice to hear stuff like that. So what do you think about doing after college? You got any jobs lined up or anything? Any plans that you're trying to pursue right away?
I am going away for the summer up in upstate New York, working with Theater Festival. But then like after that, like I'm probably just gonna come back to like Pittsburgh and like figure things out, like where I want to work and stuff. So.
Good for you, man. Yeah.
Anything specific you've had your eye on?
Not really. Like I work with like the Stagehands Union a little bit, so like maybe getting more involved with that. But then like just like a little bit of like audio work here and there, like when I'm not in school or anything. So probably getting more consistent work with that.
Nice.
Absolutely, yeah. I think one thing that I've always admired that you've done for the show is you've always been a very good leader. You're very organized and stuff like that. And I remember, when Christine was head of the show and whatnot, and I just like, you guys brought a very nice environment to the place. So I think, is there anything that stands out from you being kind of like a leader of the show? Like, did you take a lot of pride in doing something like that?
It's definitely like a very different dynamic from like my first year here. Like I was a producer for 2 years. So like my first year just like being a crew member and then like being asked to be a producer, it was definitely like, it was more like, a little bit more workload, just like making sure like everything's organized and like everything gets done. But like, I wouldn't say like a whole lot of different other than just like you have a little bit more responsibility like being a producer. But other than that, like I didn't think it was like any more troublesome or anything.
Right, I got you.
Going off of that, what is one thing that you'd like everybody who's kind of sticking behind while you're leaving, like, and like everybody else who's coming onto the show to kind of learn and like bring with them whenever they come here?
One thing that I think that'd be very helpful for like everybody is just like, don't be like that one-trick pony. Don't be like, oh, like I know how to do this really well. Like something like this, like it's a learning experience. So like you have the opportunities to like do like working on the cameras, like being a director, like writing scripts or working with the audio. So like don't be that one trick pony. Don't be like, oh, I want to do this like all the time, because like now you have like the chances to like figure out what you want to do, and then like once you like go out in the workforce, it's kind of like more restrictive like what you can do. So like I'd say like while you have the opportunities, like do like work those different positions and like do as much as you can.
So how did you end up becoming an executive producer, man? Like, did someone kind of reach out and like offer you, you know, the position, or like was it something you kind of like sought after?
So my first year here, Christina and Randy were the two producers.
Right.
And spring semester, Christina had left because she went to go travel or study abroad over in England. So it was Randy and somebody took over for Christina, and then they were like, oh, if anybody wants to be like a producer, like we can train you and stuff. But I didn't really think much of it because like I figured like other people on the show wanted to be producers more than I did. So like I didn't like say anything, and then like a couple weeks later, Randy asked me. She was like, "Do you want to be a producer?" I was like, "Well, does anybody else?" They're like, "Well, we think you would be a better fit." I was like, "Okay." So like they showed me a little bit like what they do with like editing and like how to like set everything up. So from there, and then like the next semester, like Christina came back. So her and I worked together like pretty much like writing the script and then like editing everything and just making sure everybody was like focused and like getting all like everything filmed. And then once she left, and then we Christina and I decided like who we wanted to be like producers with me, and we felt that Paige and Sam would be like good to work with, because although they were both like younger and like we didn't want to just like throw one of them into it, so like we thought it would be better to like get two of them, that way they could like divide the work evenly between the two of them. So.
Absolutely, for sure.
So I think that's what we're gonna kind of end off on, except for besides the fact of like, what do you want to see from IRB? Like, you're gonna be gone, but I would assume that you're gonna check in on the show every now and then. What would you like to see in the future?
I feel like over the past couple years, just like even me being with the show, like we've definitely like improved a lot, and like yeah, it's always good to like see improvement. So like yeah, I just like love seeing like the quality go up, and then like we've introduced like a couple new segments and stuff, so like if like we have more music idea segments, or like you guys do, like that'd be awesome. But yeah, just definitely like I want to see like the show grow and like become like as best as it can. So
all right, well, I guess that was all for our senior send-off. I think we really appreciated having you on all these years, and we're gonna miss you.
Absolutely.
But we wish you the best of luck going forward, and we know you're gonna do great. So thanks.
All right.
thank you.
Thanks, boss.
Hey Rockers, and this week on Music Lesson, we're going to be learning Wonderwall by Oasis. So you want to start out in standard tuning, but then you want to capo the 2nd fret. And then from there, it's a variation of different chords with your ring finger and pinky finger on the 5th fret on the 1st and 2nd strings. And then from there, it is, for the verse, it's an E minor with the variation, a G, and then we go to a regular D, where you take your pinky off the 1st string, and then a variation on the A minor, where you put your pinky back on the 1st string. So we'll play the verse real quick. And then moving to the pre-chorus, you want to go to a variation on the C with your middle finger on the 5th fret on the 5th string, and then your index finger on the 4th fret on the 4th string. And then you want to go back, to the D chord, and then to the variation of the A minor chord. And then for the chorus, it's basically the same pattern as the pre-chorus, except in between the variation of the C and the D, you throw in the G chord. So we'll play all that real quick. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. And that is how you play Wonderwall by Oasis. We'll see you next season, Rockers.
Hi, my name's Brandon Peters. I'm playing some songs. This first one is called Better Days. I actually wrote this like a couple days ago, so here we go. I've seen better days when I'm not searching for the light of grace. And I've tried many ways to improve the way I see my own face. And I know what I'm doing, simply not the way, but I can't help it. I know exactly what to do and what to say, but I can't help it. And I've seen better days, but I'm looking for a change of pace. And I know many ways to contribute to my own dismay. And I know what I'm doing, simply not the way, but I can't help it. I know exactly what to do and what to say, but I can't help it. I'm sorry I'm not who you thought I was, but I can't change that now. And I know it's not what you wanted. It's not for me either. On that we agree. My bad. All right, this next song is called something. Wait. Oh, it's called I Give. That's right. Okay, here it goes. Oh, actually, I need to change the thing. Look at me fumbling around. All right. Here we go. You can have it all. I don't want it. I won't let you fall. This is not a trick. I know what it's like to lose it all. I don't want this fight. I give. I will run away. I will never stay in the same place for good. In the same place. This is my response to my demon. Whatever you want, just take it. You know I can't fight anymore. Get out of my sight. I give. A little bit of feedback. Okay, this last song. I don't think it has a name. I'm gonna call it Crease Your Folds. It's a little strange, but bear with me. Here we go. The scattering flaglets like static in the sky are nurturing to a mind that's just as kind. My freezing whiskers say I'm right when I am wrong, and I know I'll be on my own before long. And if knowing me isn't a lesson on its own, don't carry lightly and crease your folds. musicians will be the ones to go. I'll sail until I can't see the shore, then I'll row somewhere out of these sewn together sleeves, with a grin and a crick in my neck is where I'd like to be. And if knowing me isn't a lesson on its own, don't carry lightly, increase your force. And if knowing me isn't a lesson on its own, don't carry lightly, increase your force.
Welcome back, rockers. You've just tuned in to check this out. We have Brandon here in the studio. He just performed 3 great songs. I really loved all of them.
Thanks.
It was definitely a good find to find you. How did you actually start getting into the music scene? When did you start?
Well, I mean, I guess I've been doing music things as long as I can remember. My dad was a bass guitar player, and he taught me how to play acoustic guitar when I was really little. So I don't know. It's always been a passion of mine since I was really, really young. So
Yeah, he said, I heard that you were actually a music major as well, at IUP. What does that kind of entail? Because I've heard a lot of music majors actually, you got to play a lot of instruments, and you actually got to, do a lot of stuff. Tell us a little bit about it.
Right. So luckily, I'm not an education major, so I don't have to learn all the instruments, but that'll be fun. I am a percussion major, so I already have the whole percussion world to learn all of the different intricacies of all those different instruments. But yeah, it's one of those majors that you're grinding all day, every day, practicing, going to rehearsals and stuff. So I love it though. So I'm not complaining.
You're doing what you love, so that's all really that matters.
Totally.
Tell us a little bit about the songs that you wrote. I know the third one you just kind of made up on the fly, but I really like the title for the third one.
Oh, the third one. Yeah. Crease Your Folds. That was the third one, right? That song I wrote. I don't know, a few years ago maybe, and it's basically about committing to stuff that you're doing and whatever. When you're doing origami, you crease your folds because you're commit. I don't know, whatever. But it's usually what happens is I come up with a chord progression, and then the words just kind of happen from there, and that just happened to be what it was, I guess.
Yeah, because you said the other song, you were this song I wrote 2 hours ago or something like that. Before you started, I was like, dude, that's impressive. That was great.
Yeah, I actually set out a goal for myself, because when I knew I was going to do this, I was like, all right, I want to write a song for this, basically. And that's what it happened to be, I guess.
I'm glad you played it for the first time here on IRB.
Thanks, yeah.
Is there any place we can actually kind of look you up, or kind of you can get your music anywhere, or promote yourself?
Yeah, I've got a YouTube channel that has a couple of things on it. I'm still working on getting stuff on there called, I think it's Brandon Peters Music. And I have a Bandcamp. It's just bandcamp.com/BrandonPeters. You should be able to, my face is on them all, so you should be able to find them.
Okay, and this guitar, I mean, the second I know I walked in, I love the guitar. Tell us how you got the guitar, actually.
Well, it wasn't too long ago, maybe a month and a half maybe ago. I was in this little music shop in Monroeville, PA, called Music Go Around, and I saw this guitar there, and I saw it was only $250. I was like, all right, I wasn't planning on buying a guitar today, but here it is. So yeah, I fell in love instantly, and it's my go-to now.
Yeah, it's like the cool. I looked at it like the second it came out. I was like, that is the coolest guitar. Like
Thanks.
for $250, that's a great price.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a
Yeah.
steal.
So, and you also said like before a little bit, you said you had a Bandcamp and a YouTube and all that. Led just your name and stuff like that.
Yeah, just Brandon Peters Music, stuff like that.
All right, I'm definitely gonna check you out because
Thanks.
like that's probably your music was so great on IRB, and I always recommend everybody do the same. This is Check This Out. We'll see you next week, rockers.
We're good.
Thank you so much to Brandon for such a wonderful Check This Out performance.
And a wonderful end to a great season of IRB. And thank you, Ian, for being such a wonderful co-host and addition to the show.
Thanks, Sam, and thank you to all our crew members of IRB for making this such a great season.
Also, thanks to Nick Dark for his time here on IRB. You will be missed by all of us.
But don't worry, rockers, we'll still be back next season with more awesome music.
That's right. And don't forget to follow us on social media at IUP-TV or at Indie Rockers Ball so you can stay updated on when we'll be back. We'll see you next season, rockers.
The Ultimate Showdown or whatever?
Yes, I knew that whole song by heart.
Okay, wait. Old Godzilla was hopping around Tokyo City like a big playground when suddenly Batman burst from the shade. Oh,
It hit Godzilla
Bill
like
with
a
a back
bad
grenade. Godzilla got pissed and began to attack, but didn't expect to be blocked by Shaq, who proceeded to open up a can of Shaq Fu. But Aaron Carter came out of the blue and he started beating up Shaquille O'Neal. They both got flattened by the Batmobile, and before he could make it back to the Batcave, Abraham Lincoln popped out of his grave and pulled an AK-47 out from under his hat. Blew Batman away with a rat-a-tat-tat, but he ran out of bullets and he ran away because Optimus Prime came to save the day.
Tell them!
This is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. Good guys, bad guys, and explosions as far as the eye can see. And only one will survive. I wonder who it will be. This is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. I don't remember what the...
Dude, that was perfect.
That's the only verse I remember.
I didn't really think anything of it because I figured like other people like wanted to do that more, and then like.
Are you kidding me?
Should I do my mic check again, everybody? Yeah. I had a dream one time that like it was like the day after Michael Jackson had just died. It was like last week during IRB. And I came to IRB, I was like, oh my God, guys, Michael Jackson just died. And you guys all had tear streaks down your faces. You guys were like, nah, man, I haven't been crying. Like, it's not that serious. Like, it's just because, like, we're not sad that Michael Jackson's died because of the child molester. You all were like clearly not holding in the fact that you guys were crying. So yeah, like that.
Bye forever.
Wow, what the f? And that is how you play Wonderwall by Oasis. We'll see you next season, rockers.
But we won't see you.
Iridocyclitis.
Why didn't we have fun like this a while ago?
Why does everything have to be sad?